Another factor, if we tie into, is spousal support. Um, a lot of people are concerned when they get a divorce is because, well, I haven't worked for the longest time. I was a stay-at-home parent. My spouse did all the work. My spouse brought home all the funds. We shared a bank account, but what am I going to do after we get divorced? I don't have that kind of income coming in. That's where spousal support comes in. Now, spousal support is not required, it's discretionary at the judge's orders. There are a series of factors that the court looks at to determine whether spousal support should be ordered. Um, it's not for any time period, it's not for any specific amount, it's dependent on these factors. Some of the factors the court looks at: how long was your marriage? Um, why did someone stay home instead of going to work? Does that person need some time to learn a new skill to get back on their feet? Does that person need some time to find a job to get back on their feet? How much the income of the parties were. What was the standard of living or lifestyle like for the parties? Um, those types of things are factors that the court considers. But the biggest one is going to be the need of one party and the ability of the other party to pay. If you have a spouse who makes $20,000 a month, certainly he can spare some money for you as a spousal maintenance. And the way the court looks at that is they look at your expenses and what your needs are, and that's done by way of a financial declaration, which is a very common form that you fill out. You basically say what I pay for rent, utilities, gas, internet, TV. This is what my income is, those types of things. So income minus expenses equals what your net monthly expenses are going to be. They do the same for the other spouse, and then they factor all of those in and they do a comparison. Generally, what the court looks at is there a short-term marriage, a mid-term marriage, or a long-term marriage? A short-term marriage is anywhere from 1 to 10 years. Mid-term would be from 10 to 20, and a long-term would be from 20 plus. If you had a marriage for 20 plus years, and during those 20 plus years you didn't work, you took care of your children, and you maintained the home, and now you're 60, 65, 70, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to go back to the workforce to earn an income or to learn a new skill in order to earn income. And because it was a 20-year marriage and one person provided the entire time, the court's going to factor that. They're going to grant a substantial amount of spousal maintenance that will allow this person to continue to live that lifestyle for the remainder of their life. And keep in mind, it's a 20-year marriage. Now, on the other end, if you have a 2-year marriage and one party decided they just wanted to stay home because their spouse made too much money, they didn't need to go to work. And, but they're young, they're capable, they don't have any disabilities that would prevent them from working. Spousal support is not going to be a lot, and it's not going to be for an extended period of time. There's no number or amount of time specifically designated to spousal maintenance, but those factors are taken into consideration.